it play and call it work.
Hey there folks, everyone watching, you got Luca here from Mini Wargaming, and I am here with Sean Tucci from Oracle. You're the designer for Oracle Games. Now this is a new game how long have you been working on this game?
We've been working about 6 months, I would say, very hard. A team of about 12 people, and 4 of us has been really full-time, focusing day and night, designing, playtesting, from the characters to the rule books to the mechanics. So it has been a very exciting journey.
That's good. So only 6 months in the making, so it's still really fresh. The idea here is we're going to have a little interview for you guys, because we rarely get the opportunity to have one of the designers of the game that we test come on by. So I'm very happy for that opportunity, and I appreciate it. So you are based in Toronto.
Yes.
So that's not far at all. For all of those who know, it's just northeast, just a little bit. So kind of gave us this opportunity to make this happen. And we're going to interview Sean here, and we're going to ask him a few questions. We're going to figure out what the game is about. And then, of course, we're going to go right into the game. Because the big thing with this game, it is an AR, which is augmented reality. It is a hybrid board game. So this is an interesting take on the genre, where you can choose, if you don't want to at all, don't use the technology at all, or if you really, really love it, you can just go fully into it. So it works both ways. So you said this game is 6 months in the making. How big is your team? How many people are working on it?
We have 4 people working full-time, and we have about 12 artists and marketing and other team members that are working on different aspects of it, from the gaming, from the sculpting, the characters, going from the miniatures production to making it suitable for the computer game. Because for us, it was about coming up with a physical board game, and then parallel to that, we had to develop a mobile application sort, which would really work with it. So we had to divide our team into 2 groups, one focused on the physical, and then the other one was focused on preparing the AR game, which still continues. And that's part of why we're going to Kickstarter to get more support for our development.
Tell us about the game. What is Oracle?
So Oracle's is a 2 to 10 player augmented reality hybrid board game. That means you can play it in a conventional way, as well as you could play it in a full, more of an AR integrated format, which makes the game more immersive, will make the game more controllable in terms of how easy or hard you want to play. Depends on who is planning to play it, as well as it will help you to randomize it in a more logical way. So if you have, let's say, a dark forest, we have more creatures that relates to that, and vice versa. It is about the story of 2 clans in Partan that are going to war, and they collected their group of heroes, which each side will have up to 10. And during the journey, they open up mystery chests. They have to defeat creatures, and their main objective would be to occupy the other side's tavern. Along the way, they will get to journeys. Well, they can deliver crystals to Temple of Power or Healer Lakes, which are the names of the components in the map, and that will give them an extra reward and makes the game even more exciting.
So ideally, it's you got your 2 teams, you have your 2 starting locations, your headquarters, your taverns. It's the main target of the enemy team. If the enemy team can take out the tavern, then they win.
Yes.
Simple. And then there's multiple paths to victory. Other than that, there's different ways to make your character more powerful, to make it more effective in combat when it finally gets to that part of the game. Through quests, opening chests, defeating monsters, recruiting neutral guys to come fight for you, to join your team. It's one of those games with multiple ways to get to the end goal, which helps make every game different. And that's the whole idea of it, that it's always a different experience every time you play.
Exactly, and that is part of why we also brought the augmented reality, and that's a big part of as we designed the game mechanic. It was one of the very important milestones in making sure that this game is playable multiple times.
Perfect.
And you don't basically repeat every step every time that
you don't condition yourself for certain things coming
yes,
up.
Exactly.
So it's ideally what a lot of people out there that are interested in this genre of game are looking for. I know I'm a huge fan personally of this genre of game. I always want every game to be different. It's one of those games where you play for a certain amount of time, you finish your game, then you want to play another one right away, right afterwards. It's exactly like that. Speaking of length of game, how long does this game take on average?
We've done quite a bit of testing, maybe over 100 game tests to perfect our rules. We're continuing doing that until the day that we manufacture. We believed while our focus was to create maybe one of the first hybrid AR board games of its kind, our focus was to first develop a beautiful game that you can enjoy, that it is true. Game with a lot of abilities, and then bring the AR and make it even more fantastic. We at this point we're anywhere between 60 minutes to 90 minutes.
That's a good period of time.
Yes, and obviously if you become more technical and strategic, the more complex the players are, it may go towards 90 minutes. The faster you want to finish, or if the two are not really equal in terms of the strategy, then one may really win the game in maybe 40 minutes to 60 minutes.
Right, and you mentioned you can always increase the difficulty by doing certain things in the game. The AR helps with that a lot, personally. You can do that manually without the AR as well, and it just increases the length of the game, or makes it more strategic, like you said, which by default increases the length of the game.
Yes,
more
exactly.
time thinking, more time doing strategic moves.
In that turn, we kind of got an idea from how chess plays out. Yeah. In chess, you can have a 10 years old, a 12-year-old play, which is the age that the game starts. We suggest for playing. And you could have World Championship, where we have team of strategy analysis to basically help the champion to win the game. So in this, similar to this, so you can really have a wide range, whether you are a really early player, or if you are a complex player. In both cases, you can really enjoy the game. The rule helps that. The battle rules really helps that a lot, as well as the augmented reality will permit you select if you want to have an easy game, medium game, hard game, and based on the mood you are or who is your opponent, you can really decide how you would like to play that day.
And you'd mentioned that it's been through a lot of renditions already. The game's already hit a lot of steps. You changed this, changed that, brought this back, changed that. You mentioned you want the game to be as little random as possible when it comes to dice rolling. Like the only actual aspect of the combat that's the random. Well, yes. it's controlled random. So other than that, though, it's a lot of fixed movement. Like your characters move X amount of spaces. Certain guys can jump, like move over certain tiles. Certain ones cannot. Stuff like that. Whereas before you had mentioned that the game was you're like a D6 to roll a move, and then you might get one, and that's really slowed the game down.
Yes, that's one of the changes we made. At the beginning, the game was really taking time, was maybe around 2 hours, but then we thought really we need to bring it down. And the other objection for us would be, while we think having the lock is the factor that makes any game exciting, you can get unexpected result that really brings the fun to the game. We also think that it shouldn't be the milestone of a game mechanic in terms of what determines a winner. So in this game, the strategy and how well you play is the main factor of how someone can win and play good. But then the dice always can change the can change. Yesterday we were doing a test play, and we had actually a 4-star character against a 1-star character, and we had the 1-star character have a 6, and then interesting enough, the 4-star, believe it or not, the 4-star had 4-1.
Right,
we're all won. Yeah, like, unbelievable. Like we were all laughing. Because before that, I said, okay, maybe we shouldn't even roll the dice unless you bring 4-1, and then he draw and we had 4-1. So it was really interesting.
You should always roll the dice.
Yeah, yes. So don't be disappointed. Even in that case, we got lucky. Yeah. So that's really that luck part really brings excitement. And if we have people that like rolling dice, we have a lot of dice. Each set will probably come with 20 dice because in some chain battles and battles that groups of characters fighting the opposition's group of characters, you will be rolling a lot of dice all at the same time.
Right, the larger, like if all the characters meet up in the middle and they're both trying to push the other enemy's tavern, they have to kind of get through the enemies first, so it's a giant battle in the middle. It's one of those, everyone goes out, finds their items, and they come back in the middle sometimes and do a big fight. That would be exciting. And then obviously, like you could always have a hard time with chess as well. If if you want to be a little risky, there's 4 different decks of cards you can pull from when it comes to the chess, and you can be if you're more into gambling, then you could get unlucky, but you could also get that higher reward as well. Other than that, though, you mentioned age groups. What is the team shooting for in ages?
To be honest, it is a game that I think I have two daughters. They're 8 and 10, and some of the test plays I'm doing with them
Right.
to see really how they really react to a game, and we have a fun time really playing it. But we think in order to really enjoy the full aspect of it, our recommendation is either 10 or 12 plus.
Okay.
And really the other side has no end, as long as you can enjoy you're a fan of board game. One of our test players would be with people that are 60 years old, and we
Right.
have had people that are in very wide range, and they all really enjoy the game. So I think anywhere between 12 plus would be really a good audience that they can use the full advantage of conventional, the enjoyment, as well as the augmented reality.
Perfect. That's pretty good range. That's usually what you see is like that 10 or 12 plus. The last thing I wanted to ask in this interview before we get into the game is tell us about the AR. Tell us about the augmented reality aspect of the game and kind of what brought this idea on.
Absolutely. Well, this is by education I am an architect.
Okay.
The ones that build houses
Yep.
and whatnot. And we were playing one day in a board game cafe with a family, and I realized the idea of augmented reality and the board game could really change how this game can make people enjoy it and bring up the immersive experience of a board game. So that's when I talked with few friends and few colleagues that were more experienced in the world of augmented reality.
Right.
And we brought up the idea, we played a little bit, we talked about the challenges, and that's when we really started doing some prototypes and testing to see if it is really viable, and we can defeat the challenges that it is technically to bring this. And it was a really good result, was successful, and that's
Perfect.
really we started developing the game in a more serious matter, where it became a project for us, and we have been working really hard in the past 6 months.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, I guess without further ado, let's just jump into the game. We're going to go ahead and set up the game now for you fine folks, and the setup doesn't take any time at all, actually. It's really quick. Even so, if you use the full augmented reality aspect, there's like almost no setup at all,
Yes.
which is always nice too. But yeah, let's jump right into that then, and we'll see you fine folks in, I guess, a second. Before we get into the game, let's take a look at the augmented reality aspect of it. What it looks like when we're using when we're using our phones, when we're looking at it. You can have it set up in certain ways where you only see the different ways to play, is what I'm trying to say. There's like Oracle's mode, which you mentioned.
Yes,
Which
so
is-
we have the augmented reality in Oracle's game is coming in few stages, and some are as a part of the stretch goals, because we have to spend a lot of time and resources on developing the backends, authentications, and logins and everything, and that's one of the main reasons we're going to Kickstarter Luca. But the way I could explain it is that one part of the AR would be what belongs to the map, which we'll probably cover the last. But then at the beginning, each character, these are the character cards as you would see them, and they will each have their own 3D animated interactive character on the card that comes as soon as we can actually receive enough support to make this game a viable game. In the second stage is that if we receive the stretch goals that we have in mind, enough to cover our cost to create basically a more interactive battle-like, that's when we'll engage that. And right now I have a sample that I would like to show you guys how it plays out. So the way it plays out is that you would basically point your phone whether towards from a Google Cardboard or AR glass where you put it in your eyes, or you would do it from the phone the way I have it, if you want to really fight another characters, and then they could basically, the characters could hit each other, impact each other, and they could also team up. So for instance, in this case, if I want to team up my archer with the dragon to make the attack, then the archer, as you will see, will go over, and then together they will make an attack to the opposition. And this card play is basically, and here it can actually come down and go back to the position where the card is. So and then continue the play. So it could go onto the card that will make a mutual attack, and they could also come down into their original position. So that's the team attacks and other aspects. And the other side is where we have the cards, which I will show you next how the cards will play in the AR. So this is an individual card play where, for instance, your archer might be the number one in North America, so it might have 1 million something points, or
Right.
The highest in your state or in your city, and that becomes its own game cards with the characters and everything. So now we go to how will impact the game, the core game of Oracles, and how AR will incorporate into the map section.
Now let's take a closer look at the AR aspect of the chess cards that you will be seeing in this game and how they look when used with the app and how they interact in the game.
Yeah, so we have about 150 chess cards, which as you reach to the actual physical chest, in the physical non-AR version, you will open them. In the AR version, we show the individual character cards have their own animation, which will be interactive on a certain pledge levels. And we also have our chess cards. We have 4 different cards, 150 cards. Each one will have their own animation and will have their own look. Let's look at the battle card, for instance. Let's see what it is. Yes, this is a Phoenix. And as you scan it, you would see upon the scan of the thing, we'll see the actual Phoenix coming up, where you could actually make actions, fight in its own character card.
It's got sounds too.
And then we'll go back to the let's try another one. We'll try an asset card. So this is a move like a messenger. So when you scan it, it actually shows the picture of the messenger where you can actually attack or run, which again later on there will be as a part of that character battles where you would have your messenger or your Phoenix can fight with the other messenger. Let's see what is next.
Yeah, Destiny card.
Yes, we have a 1 freestyle heart, and let's look at it. So this is a good sample because it shows the chests that we will see on the map. In the AR version, there are basically no physical chest, and there are only AR chests. And as you put the cardboard on and you have the mobile, and you will see the chest. When you get to the range, you get on the score, it will open up, and this is a sample, for instance, that will give you a free heart. So it shows the thing.
One freestyle heart. You received a winged blessing of the heart. Immediately give 1 heart to yourself or to any character. No need to use a messenger.
It's a very hard quality. We still have to detail these out and make them even more detailed, but that's basically the concept. It's the same thing, you will see it on the map, which I will show you in the Nexus there. So I wanted to open a sample of each. I think we're left with the mystery. So that's the mystery, which is the teleport to the temple, which basically once you scan it, you will see the teleport coming out. So let me actually rotate it, and that's the action we're taking. It's a lady teleporter, and then a double tap and you will go back. So we have similar actions on the map. Now in the next phase I will show you exactly how the AR works on the map. Thank you. Okay.
And lastly, let's take a look at the map and see what the AR looks like when it interacts with it. So what do we got?
So in the map section, in a physical board game, we have physical chess. We have about 18 here, and we have about 16 there. In the actual format where the AR comes, the physical chess is removed from the map.
And then it'd be replaced with the AR ones.
With the replace, exactly.
And then, yeah.
So this is the hybrid section where you use these physical chess if you don't want to use the board game in an AR format, but then when you want and you decide to use it that format, that's how it will plays out. So I will show you now a sample. So what you would do through the AR glass as you put this in a cardboard, what you would see is basically the characters that come to life on the map as you see here. So You will see in the camera view the actual physical. Here you see the AR, and then the characters that interact. So once a character reaches to the actual AR character, the AR character will, our intention is basically to interact with it and come to life, where it actually starts the battle. So instead of having a chest where you open it up and until, let's say, a battle card, it says it is a battle. So that's how the battle will happen. So it makes it much more immersive. We could decide based on how easy or hard the game is, what is the number of a star. So you would see how strong is, how number is. Just to actually show you, this is basically the physical character, and this is basically the AR character. So the physical character versus AR character. I'll show you another sample here. So we'll have this creature, when it gets to it, it will actually start battling. So the one that moves is the physical, is the AR character. The ones that does not move is the VR character. And finally, another sample here, where we have this character, which is against the second characters. We would have number of star strength, and based on that, you would adjust your character cards. When it comes to the chest, so instead of those physical chests, this is a sample of the chest we have. So in the physical format is that your character reaches into the chest and then choose to what to take. In the AR version, as your character lands on a chest, it will automatically goes from a hologram version into the actual physical chests, and then it will open it and it will tell you an instruction. Let's listen to sample.
Freestyle heart. You received a winged blessing of the heart. Immediately give one heart to yourself or to any character. No need to use a messenger.
And then typically the chest disappears once it repeats the instruction. And this is other samples of the dragon when they actually. This is our 3D version of the Dark Tower. As you see, it's fairly detailed. That's actually entry to the gate, and this is a House of Light. It is fairly detailed. The same with the character, and this is actually our dragon. One of the dragons. And these are some other creatures like the and that's how the augmented reality will be incorporated into the map, replacing the physical for somebody who wants to have a more immersive experience, and basically replaces the card draw as well as the physical chest on the map. Thank you.
Everyone, we're back. Sean and I have just finished setting up Oracle. So that took us about 12 minutes to do. Well, it was 15, but we were talking a lot as we were setting it up, so it would have only really taken about 12. So not a long setup at all. And as you can see, it's not that crazy, the board. It's just you have a lot of the chests in the two center areas. So I'll go over a few of the areas. The game is heavily based on key areas in the game, right? So we have Healer's Lake, we have the House of Light, and then over here we have the Dark Tower, and that is the Dark Forest. You can't see it because we have the chest over top of it. Those are like the two heavy loot locations. That's where you want to go to, empower your characters. But, I mean, it's the same on the flip side. Your opponent is also going to want to go for those two locations, and that's where a lot of the fighting kind of ends up happening in this area. The whole concept of Oracles is, if I had to compare it to any game, as we mentioned in the interview, it's like chess. We both have the same characters. I have a Swordmaster, I have a Centaur, Sean has a Swordmaster, he has a Centaur, and it's the exact same. Each player has 10 characters and a tavern. 10 characters and a tavern, because we both have messengers, we both have healers, and each one of these characters all have special abilities that will be on the flip side of their card. As you can see, you can play with either side of the card because the stats are on both sides of the card. And over here we have Helma and Immortus. Immortus, yes, the Dark Tower. So Immortus kind of controls the Dark Tower. This is another objective that the players can shoot for to kind of recruit him onto your team.
Yes.
And to do so, you have to kill his guardian, Helma. And it's the exact same over here because, like a good game of chess, it has to be even, right? So over here we have the House of Light that the players have an option to go for, and there are 2 different heroes. Over here, though, we have Augustus, guarded by Stormcaller, his dragon. Now, the 2 characters there that you can recruit, they're differently powerful. One is better at range, and one is better at close combat.
Exactly.
Now, Sean and I will go over the map here a little bit. So as you can see, it's a pretty grand map, and you can see that there's tiles. The tiles, obviously, you move with the tiles, and certain characters move differently. That's kind of included in what makes them unique. The normal tiles, the white ones, are just free movement. You can go, some characters can move orthogonal, which means they can go, there, 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 or there, or there, or there. Certain characters can go adjacent, or, sorry, I meant diagonal, where they can literally skip going 2 tiles over, this go do, or, do, directly sideways, which kind of makes them a lot faster when you consider it that way. Instead of having to go down and over to get there, you just kind of go over 1, and it saves you a lot of tiles. Obviously, what we see here is there's a river. It is hard to cross. A normal character that can move on foot can go across the bridges, which we see over here, here, and there is one more right there. Both players have access to a character called the Jumper and Messenger, which obviously so the Jumper can go over the river. The Messenger's got free roam to go all over the place. It's a bird that flies around, so nothing's going to hinder that. The red means impassable, other than the Messenger, if I recall.
Dragon.
And the dragons, that's true.
So basically, the birds can fly. We have 2. We have the eagle, we have the griffin, and we have the dragons that can cross any points in any arrangement. They're the most flexible characters. They can have the combination of diagonal, orthogonal, as well as passing the red. And then we have the centaur character, which moves diagonally and orthogonally, or a combination of them. And then we have the jumper that can cross the blue lines, can jump over the rivers, but cannot jump the red areas, which is basically located in the Lava River, the Dark Forest, the mountains here in the Disney Valley, 2 spots here. And then we have the House of Light in this area.
Right.
We have the House of Light. That's where the gate is, which the protector of House of Light resides. And
that's how you enter?
In order for you to get the support of these 2 characters and add them to your team, you basically have to attack this spot. And then we have the balancing that is the Dark Forest, where we have the Immortus and Helma reside, where you have to attack the Exmar. If you can attack the Defender, which is the dragon, then you will have those 2 characters added to your team, which makes the game much more exciting. It gives a huge leverage to the winners, and it helps to finish the game even faster.
Yeah. The way you deploy your characters is I'm on this side, obviously, and then Sean will be on that side, and we'll be deploying our characters on these green tiles, not the blue ones, because that's the river,
Yes.
or this actually might even go into a large ocean. But yeah, the green areas are safe to deploy on. Over here we have 4 options for chess cards. Now you said there's 150 cards?
Yes. So as you move your characters on the map and you reach land on a chest, then you remove it from the game.
Right.
And you decide based on your strategy what card you want to pick. So if you are a high risker, high reward cards are destiny cards. They may take 2 lives out of your character, or they may suddenly add 1 or 2 lives to it, or give you superpowers that you can use. Mystery cards are 70% good, 30% bad, and they will give you permanent abilities like an extra star, extra heart. And then we have the asset card, which are 100% good, but they are temporary. So that means you can use them only for 1 battle. You can use them for 1 movement that will let you move as a different characters, but they're just 1-time temporary. And then we have eventually the battle cards, which basically are the only way that you can really get permanent stars if you can win a game character, what we call them, which none of these are new characters spread in the game in the AR and come out of the battle chest through the picking up a card. So if you have a strong character at the beginning, or if you have a strong character during the game, getting battle calls is great, because as you increase the number of stars of all your characters, you get a bonus shields to the tower. And this is part of the game that will help the teamwork paying off. by everybody trying to get to a certain goal of, okay, if you have more than half of your characters maximize their stars, then your taverns gets 5 extra stars. And if they all of them maximize their stars, then your tavern gets the full shields, which is about 12.
And then that brings us to the tavern, which are the main objectives of the game. There's obviously a lot of secondary objectives you can shoot for, which help augment and strengthen your team. But the end goal is to destroy your opponent's tavern, and each tavern starts at 4 stars, and the goal is to get that to 0.
Exactly.
But as Sean mentioned, through secondary objectives and accomplishing certain character or getting characters to certain star ranks, the shields of your tavern go up, and it makes it that much harder to kill. So there's alternate ways to win, kind of just like winning through attrition.
Yes.
So that's pretty much everything you need to know. Before setup, we're going to go over that. There's a quick setup guide that comes with the game. This is the physical game. This is what you get with the game, right? You don't need any augmented reality to play. You have all the miniatures you need. You have all the tiles. You have the game board. But we're going to cover in a different part of the video what the game is like when you include the augmented reality aspect to it.
Yes.
So the first thing you do is you divide your 2 teams into as even amount of players as you can get. So this is the kind of game where obviously you would have, say you have 10 people over, 2 teams of 5. Each player would take 2 characters, and you would have to kind of dictate who will be the oracle of your team. That's the game's called Oracles. The oracle is the leader of your team. When you're playing with multiple people, the oracle is the one that has the final say in all disputes. Like if you have 2 people arguing and saying that I want to go to the middle, well I also want to go to the middle. No, you go over there. The oracle says no. One of you go. You have to go do this instead.
It's basically the captain of the team,
right?
To help to solve the disputes, and also controls 2 of the main characters.
Right, and the oracle does control the healer and the messenger, as they are the more important characters because they're the major support characters of the team.
Yes, the healer basically can give away her own heart to other characters using the messenger or directly if they're in a good range, and the messenger moving very long range over any obstacle can deliver assets and hearts and stars from one character to another, which because it is serving the whole team, the idea is that the leader or the captain or the oracle, what we call it in the game, is should be in charge of deciding that.
Now the next step is normally the 2 team leaders, the oracles, would roll 2 of these, they're called battle dice for the game, they're d6s. Then the higher roll would choose which side they would be deploying their team on. In this case, Sean will be on that side, and I will be on this side, as that's how we've set it up. And I'm new to the game, so I don't have any strategic knowledge of where to go. And then naturally, after both players pick their side, I'm on this side, so we'll go ahead and both place our taverns down. And the taverns, they go anywhere you want behind the river, right? That's the idea?
Yes, exactly. They occupy a 2 by 3 square, and you could actually put them anywhere.
I like this spot.
Obviously, you want to put them in a place that we have 4 teleport points in the map that one of the characters, which called teleporter, can enter to them at any point.
And you can jump to the other side of the board.
Yeah, jump to the other side of the board. So you really have to consider that as well. Plus, you want to have the obstacles, the rivers. So the placement of the tavern is a very important part of the game, and one of the first things we'll do. And after that, we start putting the characters across the edge where any green square is. So based on the strategy, the map, the movements, obviously you want to put a character in a place where you have a more freedom and a quicker access crossing the river where all the chests are and where most of the action happens.
Right.
The way we designed the whole game was we divided into 4 stages. So the first stage is really kind of getting built up. The second stage is really opening the chest and getting even stronger. And then that moves you towards the collusion and attackings and battles. And the last, once you finish with the battle, then the last phase would be really move towards the enemy's tavern to basically finish the game.
One more thing to note with the taverns is they have to be adjacent or touching one of the green starting tiles. So I can't put my tavern here. I have to put it like here, 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 or like that. You know, any which way, as long as it's touching a green tile. Now that Sean have deployed our heroes, let's go over the cards, give you some idea of what they do. So these little plastic bits on the end are trackers to kind of track the characteristic of the cards and what they're at. So this one currently here is at 3 health. There we go. So this heart here means how many lives it has. When this character reaches 0 lives, it is dead, and it cannot come back unless the healer decides it is worthy. Over here we have stars. He starts at 4, can go up to 6, and stars dictate the amount of power dice or battle dice you roll when you go to attack.
Exactly.
And the winner of a battle is whoever rolled the highest total number amongst all the dice that player has rolled. So this guy jumps into combat, he rolls 4 dice, you add them all up, and that's his combat value. Other than that, though, we have the movement characteristic here, which is 5, right in the knots there. And over here, this kind of dictates what this how many more turns the Psychic controls this character. So the Psychic is a really powerful character, kind of like how chess has a queen.
Somewhat, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the Psychic can mind control your opponent's characters and control them for 2 turns, and it treats them as if they're on your team. They can attack their own allies, stuff like that. So you always have to be careful of the Psychic. And we'll take a look at the flip side. As I mentioned earlier, the characteristics are on the back of the card too, so you can play with either side. You can always play with the back side if you always want to reference the ability. Over here, we have fighting range. R1 represents range 1, which means if my character is there, they can attack everyone that is adjacent to them. R2 is range 2, and certain characters have bonuses based on the range they attack at. The movement is orthogonal, and it gives you a little diagram here on how they move. It just simply means that orthogonal, you can only go that way or this way, and you can move like this, but I mean it costs a lot of movement to do so. And a special ability that each character has. The Hunter, my Swordmaster named Hunter, has strength and speed. A great swordsman, Hunter's main source of strength is intelligence and wisdom. He is well suited to guard a weaker character from sneak attacks or lead the charge against an exposed enemy weakness. And so what that means, it kind of defines his characteristics, whereas some of them have special abilities, like the Psychic has a longer rule where it actually dictates what the Psychic does. This just simply means that the Swordmaster has 4 stars, which is pretty strong since the average is 2, so it's twice the strength of the average, and it moves quicker as well at movement of 5. And here's the Psychic's card to give you an idea of her special ability. It's a longer rule, kind of describes what the Psychic can do, and that's simply the quick description is mind controls enemy characters and makes them fight on your team for 2 turns. Let's go over the teams. Each team has a Swordmaster, a Centaur, the Archer, the Giant, the Teleporter, the Jumper, the Twins, the Psychic. Each team has a Tavern, of course. Each team has a Messenger who does not have to deploy on the table. The Messenger can show up as an ability wherever you want, whenever you need him. And we have a Healer, which is also the other support character, which has the extra characteristic here, and this represents her special ability of being able to resurrect. And it's a one-time use where you can actually bring back one of your dead characters back to the battlefield, just as they were when the game started, so no assets, no items, nothing like that. They just start back on one of these tiles, back to their starting characteristics. And we have these little gems here, these little tokens to represent who has moved, because it can get a little, if you're moving 8 guys and you try and remember, who did I move at first, right? So they kind of represent who has moved. One thing I'd like to note, through the designs, the chests are starting in the middle here, but at first they used to start, each player would get 11 in their starting territory, anywhere around here. But you guys found that everyone kind of just put the 11 chests like right here, and then everyone would just move up and grab a chest.
Yeah, so we had that rules that, okay, you get 11 chests, you put it where you are. The intention was to help you build up your team at the beginning. Also will make the characters, even at the start, different, because every person have a different strength in terms of how much risk they can take or how safe they want to play. So that will help them to choose from these cards when they're opening the chest. If they want to take a lot of risk, then they would take Destiny cards, or they would take mystery or asset cards. But then later on, to speed up the game, we got to the conclusion that at the beginning of the game, while everything is set and ready to go, so before we start our first round, both teams, all the character except for the Messenger, which cannot open any chest, all the other 9 cards or 9 characters, that will choose 1 card out of this 4 sets, where it will help them along the way, which I think we can do that now.
So they've all got their cards, their starting assets, and their starting battle cards, and starting Destiny cards. Sean had mentioned that the Healer it's always kind of safe to take a Destiny card on the Healer, so I went with that. Now the way the cards work is when you loot a chest or get a card, you have to show your opponents the first time you get it.
Yeah, so when you open a chest, you just show it so they know what you've got, but then you can put it face down. That's really part of the strategy, that it is important. You can remember what each character has. It becomes critical, for instance, if a teleporter could really jump over the river with a card they have, and you didn't thought of that, so they may surprise you with an attack.
Right.
Or if a character has a teleport card, they could really use it to disappear when you want to attack them, or appear when you're not really even expecting them, and initiate a chain fight, or make really surprising events in the game.
And I'm not allowed to ask you to see what those cards are after you've already showed them to me.
No, you just see it the first time, and then you just have to remember. And then the other abilities that, as characters are, with each other, they could actually move the assets. So somewhat, you really have to track them to know, okay, now this assets that I remember what it was, now it is moved to Jumper, or from Jumper is moved to Centaur. So that's an important part.
That's actually did not think about. That's kind of cool, yeah. Because remember, the messenger takes the assets, moves them around, then that's where it gets all jumbled up. Because you could always be the kind of player that writes something down, like, oh, I seen what you got, I'm gonna write it down. And I'm like, oh, but he moved that 2 turns ago, and I can't remember where it is now.
Yes,
right.
Exactly.
So lucky me, my destiny card on my healer was lose 2 lives. You have found Wyvern Poison and lose 2 of your lives. So she goes from 5 down to 3. So for the hunter, I chose a battle card. So when you open chest, you can choose to fight a creature. So I chose, in this case, I'm attacked by a 3-star wild boar, and I have to fight for my life. In this situation, Sean is going to be rolling for the creature, and I'll be rolling for my own guy.
Yes. So, 3-star creature, so I'll have 3 dice, and you have 4 dice. Let's see what we do. There you go. Oh, not a good one for me.
Oh, that's a 1. Okay.
That's a 1. So we have
8.
So this is actually one of the things we're considering to do it as a stretch goal for Kickstarter. So we'll probably start with the standard dice, and then if we can really reach their level, we'll actually make it a custom dice.
Custom dice set.
So now I have I have a 7, and we'll have 20 dice, because it can really get ugly and dicey when you get into battle, a group battle. So now I have 7 and 8, and you have basically 11, right?
Yep.
You have 11, so you are the winner. So the winner or winners will receive a star. So now you go from 4 to 5.
Nice.
And then the losers, they will lose a heart. In this game, because it is just a card,
He is
just
dead.
put him outside.
And then as asset cards, these 2, the Centaur and the Archer, got teleport up to 6 squares. My Giant has to fight a Tiger. Only a 2-star Tiger, though, so it should be easy.
Yeah.
So I got 4 dice with my Giant. Good luck!
Oh my god, yes.
11, 15,
yeah,
16.
Can't even match your 6. Okay.
All right, so he is gone, and he is going to gain an additional star and be at fight value 5. So both of these fine, lucky folks, the Jumper and the Teleport, both got lose 1 star. The twins, they both become a Centaur. You found the Woodland Potion, you can turn into a Centaur and move diagonally. So it allows you to move as a Centaur moves.
Yes. But since it is an asset card, you just get to do it once.
Right, so now it's flipped over, and I can just use that whenever I want.
Yes, and now I'm the person who has to remember what each one of the card is, and then just watch them as you will move them around, either through direct transfer when they're side by side, or when you decide to basically use a messenger to move them around.
And lastly, my Psychic becomes a Jumper. She moves as a Jumper does. That is an asset, though.
So that's a very good asset card.
Especially for the Psychic.
Exactly. Like, if I don't remember it, and I'm expecting, okay, now you're on the other side of the river, there's no chance you come and, control one of my characters, I am wrong, because you do have that Jumper boot. So I got 2 Tavern Shields, so what will happen, I will increase my Taverns going from 4 to 6.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a good card. I lost a star here, so I'll just reduce that. We got the... you're square to any teleport. This is a very powerful card. It literally led me to disappear from any point in the map and just appear on any of those 4 teleport stations. So I'll probably going to use this and try to use it very well. So I lost a star here. So become a Centaur. So now my Jumper actually have a special move, and I turn them around. I have another become a Jumper for my twins. My Argus has a 3-star battle, which we'll do. We have a 2-star battle for this character. The Aris, the Swordmaster, and the Laura has 1 star.
Ooh, your healer is better at combat.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's becoming a combat character. So some of these cards that you actually can use them during the game, so you hold them. The ones that you just simply gains you star, you increase your star, and then you dispose of the character, similar like the ones we had.
And you've won both your battles over there.
Yes.
One thing to note in this game is the asset tracker, which kind of evolves into different aspects of the game. Because the asset tracker here, so every 3 rounds, so on the 4th round, the players can trade assets. I could trade my assets to Sean here, but because we're enemies, we might not want to. But the plans for the future of the game is obviously this is going to be a game that is heavily influenced by digital technology, right?
Yes.
So players, like you yourself as a player, could go ahead and make your own map and put it up as a resource for other people to download, and then they could use that map, and you could design maps that kind of support not just 2 teams, but 4 teams, or 6 teams, or 3 teams, whatever it is.
Yes, a very good aspect of the game is pretty much like Dungeon and Dragon, where you make the stories and you make the maps, and
Right.
and you have you decide even with the rules. Well, here we do have a set of characters and rules. But the beauty of the actual game rule is that you can play on any map. So you could have a map that is on a size of a room, or you could have a map that not only 2 teams, which is like what we play, it could have multiple teams.
Yeah.
So let's say if I have a board game set and somebody else has a board game set, we could come up with a larger map, and instead of 2 teams, we'll have 4 teams or 5 teams.
Yeah.
That then at that time they could team up to attack one clan and get rid of that, the stronger one, and then they could go until the end. We'll have the winner. So this is a special ability that makes the game more flexible. Many of the computer or mobile assisted games that have been come before us, and the ones that are currently present, they do require technically a special hardware like a pen, or they may require a electronic map that can track movements. But what makes our game even more special is that you can basically print a map. So as an extension, or from time to time, we could put a contest where fans would design board games, design the map. We would design new maps, and we would simply email it to you, and you could really print it with a simple home printer. Tape them together and really play what would really look like a complete new game with the updated map application, and you would play that either free of charge, just if you can download it and print it at home, or very little amount of money by just printing at our local print shop.
Without further ado, Sean and I are ready to get this game going. So what's the first step here, Sean?
So we're gonna, now that we opened our asset cards, the first round of asset cards, and we're ready to start the game, so we'll roll the 2 battle dice. The higher total number will start the game.
Me! 7.
There you go.
Okay, so that's a reroll.
Oh, it's a tie. So
Hey, it's round 2.
there you go.
Aha, 8.
Oh, yes,
There we go.
that's you.
The mighty 8.
Okay.
But you know what, thinking about it, I could go first, but I'm just going to go ahead. You know what, Sean, you can go ahead and go first. I'll let you do your turn first.
Absolutely. So really, as I said before, it's really strategy is an important part of the game. We have 4, I would say, focal point in the game that if you want to start, you have to decide early in the game with your team who's going to go after what. So we have this House of Light, which we do have the Augustus and Augustus and the Stormcaller, and we have the Dark Tower, which we have these 2 characters. So this is my strategy for this game, is that I'm putting few of the characters here that their main mission would be basically to go here to get the support of the Augustus and his dragon. Then I have the healer. I have my twins and the sword master's idea would be to go here, because I'm guessing that we would have a good amount of battle here. And then these other 3 would actually journey towards the bridge, and Jumper obviously could easily jump, and they would start opening this up. And depends on what I find and how my character's strength becomes, then I'll probably pick 2 of the strong ones and either move towards there. Also, bringing the characters on this side, I'll probably try to block the bridge so I can attack his character. So that's kind of a strategy, but like the other strategy would be that you use the islands as the place for your tower, and maybe, and then try to kind of rearrange everything, maybe bring everybody into a certain area so you guarantee your success instead of what I did and spread it. So that's really the part that even before the game starts, based on the asset cards you have and based on what the total games and agreement between the teammates are, you have to have a strategy in order to be successful.
So the first thing you do on your turn is you just move all your characters, correct?
Yes, yeah. Just before I do that, I just want to know what I have. Okay, so this guy can actually help us. I am helping us. Okay, I'm going to actually start moving my jumper, and I will lose my asset card to become a centaur. So I have 5 moons to become a centaur. You found a woodland potion. On one turn of your choice, you can turn into a centaur and move diagonally. So the centaur moves 6. And I can move a company. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A very good card. So now once I use it, I dispose it. And I am using one of these trackers on this because I remember I used that. The first thing is kind of obvious. The ones that are here, they haven't moved.
Right.
But as you start playing the game, it really becomes confusing. If you don't start tracking them, you forget which one you moved and which one you didn't. So I am going to see if I'm going to put this. Okay, your square. Okay, so this is actually is a good card as well. So now let me see what I have here. This one I'm going to use it too. So it says you're square to any teleport. So actually I am going to take this, and this will change my strategy now that I have this card. I am actually going to bring it right here because I want to really
right to the chest.
Yes. So that is used. Obviously you don't have to use your asset cards. Like for instance this one, I'm going to use it for a later time. But now that I moved the centaur, I'll just put a card here. Now I'm going to move this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm gonna put a tracker so I know I played that. Then I am going to use the archer at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 is my giant. Now I am going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is my one twin. So the twins is that they have 2 characters. I move this one 6, then I'm gonna move only this one. Actually, I'm going to move it 1. Now I have my...
Now, the twins are kind of unique because they share a card. So it's 2 models, and my twins are right here. I deployed them there. They have a movement of 7. So the way they move... the normal rule for movement is a character can elect to move 0, correct? But the twins... Each twin has to move at least once. So they can just move 2. But one twin can move 6, one can move 1, the other one can move 3, the other one can move 4, and they kind of share the characteristics on their card as well. So if one is killed... both are killed. If one is mind controlled, both are mind controlled.
So now I'll do the healer. My healer is becoming my warrior now.
Yeah.
With with that extra star. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will move my sword master 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I move my psychic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have tracker on all my characters, and I'm not planning to use. So my master right now, I don't have basically any asset to move around except for this one, which I want to keep it with these guys. I won't tell you what it is.
I can't remember what it is.
And so it stays what we call in the nest. It stays on the card, stays on the nest. Whenever I need it, I'm going to call it, and hopefully we'll come up to that as we go forward.
I'm going to go ahead and move all my characters now, and I'll show you what their final position looks like. So I have moved all of my characters after knocking down the teleporter. Teleporter there, healer. We got my giant supported by the archer and my psychic. We have my swordmaster, who actually I like where the swordmaster's going. We got our jumper and we have our 2 twins. One moved very far forward and the other one kind of just stayed near the start. And again, I've marked all of my cards and I haven't used any of my assets. I want to save them for now. And that's it. That's it for the first set.
Yes.
All right, so what Sean and I have done, we played a few turns. Our characters have moved about. Some unforeseen circumstances over here for Sean's end. The teleporter ended up dying trying to fight this stuff, even though it was pretty in your favor. And is this your second or third try going at it?
Yeah, that's the third, and I've been down to 1, so I'm almost my last chance against the Stormcaller.
Good luck.
While I had a bad luck, I think Luca had a good luck over there with his characters.
Yeah, I got into a good position. I'm ready to start going on my turn, but we have to finish your turn here first. You've already started looting over here.
Yeah.
I'm having I remember what a couple of your cards are, but I can't remember. You still have a couple. The one from the start, I can't remember what that was. And there was a couple. There was one other one you got, and I don't remember.
Yes, yeah, but that, well, if you gain those two, then I don't know how much of a chance I would have. So let's see where
this is interesting.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start with this. Now it is my turn. So
You're
we have
throw an attack?
my
Yep.
giant is a 5-star, and I'm against a 5-star Stormcaller.
All right,
so
let's do
I'll
this.
be out of the
I'm
game.
gonna kill you.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
well,
pretty average-ish,
yeah,
right?
that's good. Well, the double 6 wasn't. Let's see.
Okay, you beat him. There you go. You
I think
actually
I'm
finally
good.
beat him.
Okay, yes. So finally, I got a chance to get the support of these two fellows here. So now I'm going to add them to my team. So what will happen is that the next turn they will actually enter the game.
Oh, and he'll start there.
Yes, their start that would be the number 1, and then they will enter the game.
then the
based
dragon
on
just
the
flies
movements.
wherever he
Yes,
wants.
Yeah.
And you were able to get a jump for the assassin to get over here, and I've kind of set up a trap to try and take out the twin. Because if I can kill her, then I can kill the other twin, and that's bonus bucks for me. But on the other end, I'm also afraid of all of this nonsense happening to my centaur.
So now I will be actually moving 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I'm 4. I have you on my range 2, and I actually decide to attack your character. So I am a 3-star character, archer, because I'm attacking you in the range 2. I'm considered a 5-star character. And what is yours, Luca?
My centaur is also 5 through shenanigans.
Okay.
Please don't kill me.
Yes, there you go.
Oh, nope, you beat me pretty well. Just looking at the dice.
Yeah.
14,
Well, let's see.
16,
What do we have?
17, 15, 19, 20. Beat me by 3.
Oh yes, yes. Now you're down to
my-
you're down to 1,
my
and
centaur to
I
1.
am going to gain a star because I won the battle. So now instead of 3, I have 4 stars, and this card wasn't really useful. So now I'm going to actually move my psychic 1, 2, 3, where I get your. So I moved my archer, I moved my giant before I forget, and I am moving my psychic. So I'm going to get your centaur under my control. So if you can give me your card, sir.
Well, this is
There
sad.
you go.
I
Yeah.
forgot about the
So
psychic.
yeah. So this, you don't have it, and you have 1 heart, but I'm going to use it wisely. So now I add a tracker because I got you under control. I will
Putting a track on that
I'll
mind control
get a
part.
tracker up here. Now I am going to use the first one, so I'll move it down because I want to do the first move now. So I will basically going to move this to here, and I am going to attack
My assassin?
the your
my twin.
assassin, your twins. Yes.
So it's your 5-star versus my
yes.
2.
So I have a 5-star. Oh my god. Okay.
There's 10.
that
10's
you
pretty
do-
good.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I don't think you'll stand a lot of chance. I really doubt it. Okay. Let's
Oh,
see.
never mind.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, no,
I think I'm
that's-
good. Okay. Okay. So now.
Sad.
Yeah. So now, how many hearts you have?
The twin hasn't been hurt, so twin's down to 2.
Okay. So twins are down to 2, and I am down to 1 in terms of how much control I have over Centaur. And but I'm going to actually gain a star because I'm already maxed out. And I gain the star, so my overflow star, I'm going to actually call the messenger. Now you're part of my character. So we have these 4 tokens here, which is the star and hearts. And the extra star that I gain, I'm going to hand it over to the messenger.
Right, because you got overflow star, so
Yes,
you can pass off to the messenger.
You can pass any overflows. And then I'm going to have him move 1, 2, 3. So move 3. And give the star to my archer because that's a special character. Make it go to 5, and then this goes back to the nest. That is done. So now I moved my extra star here, and I moved the Klaus, the centaur, your centaur now under my control, and now I am going to do this. I'm going to tell you what. So yeah, I'm going to actually focus on your jumper. Your jumper actually has 1 star, so I have a very good luck on getting him out. So 1, 2, 3. Now my jumper is attacking you. I have a 2-star
Woo!
against...
Big numbers.
Yeah, against your 1-star.
3.
There you go.
Yeah, you've been.
So you're out. So my healer, being the warrior, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, moves 5s, and is going to actually attack your twins. So now I'm going to actually attack with my healer. I will attack the twins. I can't use the help of the center because they already used their action, which was basically attacking the same guy, taking one heart out, and now I'm going to attack with this guy over that. Okay, so let's do it. 2 dice and
Two dice with my twin.
Let's do it.
Oh!
Oh my god, double. Okay,
Look who wins.
That's not a good result. So I'm going to actually open the chest in this turn. I'm doing a good job here. And let's see what it is. I will take a mystery card. Yes, it is Healer's Lake Journey. So this is actually interesting. This card came up because we do have sub-journeys so along the game. So I'll read this as an example. You found one of the lost crystals of the Healer's Lake.
Which is over here.
Yeah, which is there. So the source for Lake's magic. So you can receive a non-transferable heart now only. So I can basically go from 3 to 4. But if you deliver this crystal to the Healer's Lake gate,
which is over.
Yes, yeah. I don't know how I'm going to travel across. Okay. So you will receive 3 hearts that each can be given to any character without messenger. If you can accept the journey, but cancel along the way. So if I start and then suddenly something happens that I have to cancel it, I'll lose everything, all those hearts, not even the ones that I can get it right now. And you lose your crystal and the asset cards you received for this journey. So this journey is not transferable, so I can't send this with messenger to somebody closer to the lake unless after I die. So if I decide to basically keep it and then lose it later time. I think because I'm in a very good spot, I can really gonna skip the journey. But just to explain, so I could actually choose to really travel all the way here, go here, get a 3 hearts. And it might be actually a good long-term strategy because, so let's say if now I have these 2 characters and I want to bring them back here, those 3 hearts could be given like to any character. Like I could actually help somebody in the battle. But I think I'm going to just stay where I am. I'm worried that he's going to bring his guys. I really need more support, so I will skip this journey.
And just gain the 1 heart.
And I'm going to just get my 1 heart guaranteed. So now
So the centaur opened up a chest, and so did the twin, but it just turned out to be tavern shields.
Yeah, and I increased the tower. So
He's
now it's
pretty
your
healthy.
turn, sir.
All right, so I get to move stuff. So the first thing I want to do is I want to resolve this fight. I want to see what's going on over here. So I'm going to go ahead and activate my giant, and he is going to attack the Dark Tower, but that's the dragon Helmaw. But first I have to move, so I'm just going to he'll go there. And then I'm going to hold off, and they're going to team up because she's going to move here, and they're both going to attack Helmaw together. And hopefully I get better luck than Sean did on his end.
No.
And to clarify what I did there was, it's not so much that you have to move a character then do an action immediately. You can move a character, hold off for a bit,
yes,
and then move another character, and then you can declare both of them attacking. They're teaming. What I'm doing here is I moved one, and then moved another, and then declared both of them to attack at the same time to team up.
Exactly, which basically gives you a stronger position. Now you literally your archer is attacking at our 2-star archer is attacking at the range 2, so it's considered a 4-star. And then the giant is already a 5-star. So now you're literally 9-star with 9 dice, where I will represent the Helmaw, which is only 5-star. So let's see what we do.
And bam!
There you go.
Oh, double 1.
Oh my god, yeah. I don't think I'll stand a chance.
So I got 14 right there.
Yeah, I don't think I'll stand any
13.
chance.
You got 14 right there.
Yeah,
and then
so that goes with that. I have a 1, goes with yours. That. And
then
look what I have.
So because I got them, I will be able to unleash them on my next activation.
Next turn. So that's why you got the 2 cards. So you put the trackers, and when the next turn comes, we have a very interesting battle happening. As I have the House of Light, and you have Dark Tower, which potentially is stronger than Augustus if it attacks it on a range 2, because it is a 7-star, and that's the 8-star. So. And the range 2 is considered a 9-star, so there's a higher chance.
Yeah, he's got the archer bonus.
Exactly.
All right, so we've skipped ahead a little bit where I have unleashed the dragon, and the dragon is defending my tavern because I see Sean's trying to bring his dragon and his new character over the long way, whereas I've unleashed the Immortus, and now that my giant and archer are free from the Dark Tower, they're kind of trying to push forward this way, and it's my turn, and I've just moved my giant in range to start a chain battle.
Yeah. So that's a good moment. So I think what Luca did, Luca is actually starting a chain by attacking these two is attacking my Swordmaster. However, the way the rule would be in a chain battle, because at any time that the two character attack a character, or one character attack two character, multiple character attack multiple character, basically one side, the attackers decide to be multiple, like more than one, then that is considered a chain battle. The rule of the chain battle is that as long as you have a character that has any of the characters involved in the battle in their range, then they are in their fighting range, basically, so they are able to attend. So since he decided to add these two, attack this guy, now I'm going to actually choose my Centaur to help my Swordmaster, and because I have my Archer in the range 2 of my Centaur, so now I'm adding my Archer to help the Centaur. And since he has his Immortus in the range of the Archer, now that he sees that's what I'm doing, he's going to actually add that. And because his twin has access to my Centaur, has it, but then the healer cannot attend the battle because it doesn't have the
range here
in the range. So really the rule is that as long as you have somebody, then, and now we're going to count the star, we're going to do actually a battle chain. So I'm going to go count my stars. So I have a 5 star plus 2 is 7. I have 4 and 7. I have 11, and 11 plus 6, 17. So I have.
So the one correction though is the Archer doesn't get the +2, so it'll just be 2 less dice because you have to be within range 2 of the target you're attacking, not the target you're supporting. So on my end, since I chose to fight with these two, then you brought the Centaur in, I brought my guy in, and then you brought your Archer in, then I brought my Assassin in, or my twin in. My total star will be 7 for him. She will actually get the bonus 2 because she is within range 2.
Yes, yeah.
He won't get the bonus 2 because he's not. Yep. I'm going to have 7 plus 5 plus his 6.
12.
So 11, 18, yep. And then my twin is like, what, 3? She's tiny.
18.
Yeah, she's 3, so 21.
18 and 3, 21. So you have 21 dice and I have 15 dice.
Woo! Okay.
Wow.
So 21 dice versus Sean's 15.
So
let's see what you get first.
See. Yes. Oops. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. There we go. Oh my goodness. Now we have to count them.
This is going to be a lot of counting. All right, so we've taken out the differences in dice, and I win by 23. Look at that.
You win by literally, 5, 6, 7, 8. So by 8.
Oh no, those are 6s.
Oh, they're 6.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah.
And it's pretty simple what happens afterwards. It's just all the winners gain a star, and all the losers lose a heart.
Yes.
And the chain battles can be pretty devastating, because that just means, 3 of my guys just gain momentum, right? They gain that extra attack for the next time, and he's got a bonus attack on him.
Exactly, yeah. So you have basically a 4 extra stars where I lost 3 hearts, which is a big hit for me.
And that means your Archer will actually be removed from the game. She only had 1 heart left.
Yes, yeah. So that's out the Archer. Okay. And because I lost actually when a character dies, the winners of a battle actually they receive the asset card. So
what?
Now I'm gonna actually pass, and that's a very strong card.
Do I have to show you? Do you remember? I guess move the messenger.
Yeah.
Whoa! Move like the messenger.
Yeah.
That's good for that guy.
Yeah.
To defend my tavern.
Yes.
So who does this go on now?
Well, you can choose.
Okay.
Because you had a battle, like you can really choose which one is going to.
He gets it, Immortus. Okay, so we jumped ahead, and notable things on the turns were I am just devastating through here. So what happened was I ended up killing the Centaur off after the Archer died, and then your Swordmaster went to grab some chests.
Yeah, these called desperate chests right now.
Yeah, desperation.
So yeah.
And I've moved forward. I'm going to ignore him. I'm going to move forward with my team to try and push for your tavern, because I'm actually doing some good progress over here. Though my assassin over here is nearly dead. So it's your turn now. So hopefully she lives.
Sure. So
and other than that, I've been supporting my tavern.
Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do, I will. Unfortunately, I can't open the chest and move, so I have to choose between opening a chest and hopefully at this stage I kind of don't have a lot of chance here. Maybe I'll open a chest of Destiny card. My shields are not bad, so I can survive if I can really do. But the way I looked at things, this may come in, delay their attack enough that hopefully I can actually get his tavern before I lose mine. So my idea would be that I'm going to start opening a Destiny chest with this guy.
See what you get.
List what I get. And I have an instant teleport to any teleport points.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know if it's a bad or good. I will have enough. Maybe it's faster. I go here.
Yeah.
Or maybe I should. You know what? Maybe I'll. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna actually go here.
Oh no.
And I'm gonna actually try attack you from both sides. So that might be helpful. Like for me, it seems that the best defense right now is trying to finish the game before you do it. So I'm done with. Let me pull this out. I'm done with this, and now. So I'm going to move with my healer. My healer actually has a 4-star, so it's becoming a center line of,
keeps getting more power from this chest.
From the chest, was as a lot with opening a lot of stars. So now I'm going to attack your twins. That is 1 life, which is good. You have 3-star, and I have a 4. So let's do it, sir.
All right, so I'm hoping to win here. Nope, that's not gonna do it.
Yes.
Triple 2. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So that's my lucky day. So you lose your heart, so you're out of game. And since you actually have twins, one dies, the other one going out. So that helps me a little bit to reduce the pressure. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually come. You know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll come 1, 2, 3, and I am going to attack your jumper. So my jumper is 3-star, and yours is. Do it. 1 against 3.
Yeah, mine's got 1 star, 1 health.
Yeah.
So he's dead.
There you go. Yeah, I have a double 5. So now, okay, your jumper is out. Now we're kind of doing good here. I will move. My jumper has moved. My twins are where? Oh, I lost my twins. Okay,
yeah.
So the twins are out of game. Decide to keep my psychic Morgana here because I kind of want to block here. So in case they come close enough, I can really
mind control
them and get
here.
them. Yeah, block this so people can't crush. So that's a good thing. I will move my giant. So that's why I skip it. Even though I skip it, I'll still put this. That means I kind of declared my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now that is 4. And now on this side, I will actually move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. Sorry, I have 6. And then this one. So this is how it works. Actually, this is a good sample because I have this right now here. So I can basically have, I start from this square, 1 square. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I can land on any square as long as that destination, which is a 6 square, is available one. So I could see here. If I didn't have Augustus here, then I could really be here because that was
because you're still touching it. Yeah,
you're touching your destination square. But in this case, this was blocked because that square must be available. So I'll put this here. I'm here. Really, I don't know how much, but I'm really trying to actually come from both sides.
Yeah, I'm trying to defend
I don't know
it.
how good. Yeah,
I'm hoping that these guys are enough to take out your tavern. I don't know now.
What is my Morgana? Yeah, well, my Morgana, I have this card. I'm gonna actually play in Morgana. So it says you found the secret book of Allura. On your turn of choice, add a new permanent heart or a star to yourself or any character on your R1 or R2. So I don't really have anybody on my R1, R2, but I guess that will be helpful for this guy because my Argus is only 5-star and I can probably raise a 6. So it's not really bad. I have a 6-star character and what is my, you know what, here is what, I have a 1-star and I can give new permanent or star, okay, yeah, to yourself. So I'm going to give it to myself. It's really a bad star here. So this is going to be 2-star and this is a 5-star. We'll see what happens. Really. Okay, so now on my strategy to try to actually increase the defense, one idea would be to bring this guy. So my jumper now is 3-star. I know his
my fighter is 5-star.
5 is a 5-star. I'm not very good. So what I will do, I have this gain 1-star, which I can give it to messengers with others. So I'm going to actually bring my messenger here, and hopefully I will be quick enough to give this card, which is a 1-star. I'll give it to the messenger, and the messenger is going to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and is going to deliver the extra star, make this 4. so I will have more chance when the attack comes. The mission is complete, goes back to the next. I'll dispose this card. Did that.
So on my turn, I'm going to activate my archer, but I've been storing this since the beginning. Teleport up to 6 squares.
Now it's the time, I guess, to use it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go to the 6 there.
Yeah.
And then we're going to take a shot. We're just going to do her on her own, attacking him, because I only need to do one-on-one.
So I have a 4-star.
And she is up to 4 as well, because she got the extra star he had, he passed off to her.
Oh, yes.
And she picked it up. So it's going to be 6 dice. 6.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. No, it's
So
not.
triple 1.
These are 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 1. Okay. No luck. So now I'm losing a heart, which take me to 1 heart.
And then she'll go
And
up a
now
star.
you're going up a star. Well, yeah.
And then I might as well go with my fighter. He'll go 1, 2.
Okay. Do it.
And I got 5 stars. Huh! Double 1.
Oh boy.
Look, cancel each other out. My 6 beats yours. Oh yeah. So he dies.
Now, yes, and now my jumper is out of the game. One of my defenses down. I literally have 2 defense against 2 6-star. I don't know. It's actually a rule that if you are really behind, you could actually wipe your hand over the map.
Oh, you can just I scoop. I get it. Kamikaze.
Yeah.
Is what that is. Good old risk.
Yeah. So okay, now I'm not in a good position, but anyway, it's a game. Let's play it out.
So I'm just gonna finish moving my guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the giant. Again, I'm just converging over there. I'm not gonna worry about the healer because she's too far away. And again, I think I'm pretty okay over here. As per this stuff.
How many shields do you have? I don't know. Maybe I can just.
I haven't gotten any. You still have 4.
Okay, you got 4. Okay, hold on.
So I moved him there. Sean made a good point though, because you do have your warrior coming over. So I'm gonna. Oh, sorry, your sword master. So I'm gonna, instead of moving there, I'm gonna go 1, 2 to there instead. And then this will be my final position for my fighters over here. They're gonna kind of hold out. And then I moved everyone, so my turn's done.
Okay, so now it's my turn. I'll probably going to move my. I'm gonna keep my psychic. I'll move this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, and I will move that 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just going to attack as much as I can. Hopefully, so I will open this. I'm really hoping that I can
more
get
destiny.
This. Yes, yeah. Well, I have to open destiny card. This is a yes. 1 turn, 3 extra star. So that means this Aurora is destined to come actually, which is great.
What is she at? She's at 4 right now, so she could be at 7.
I'm going to 7. So now when you open a chest, unfortunately you can't move after opening a chest. So that's your kind of destination. But if still I'm alive somehow here, I have 10 shields. So that now is a strong character. So now I'm going to actually move those guys. So I am going to move. So that was my original square, right? So I'll move it 1, 2, 3, 3. First, I'll move this way. I want them to be together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then, yeah, if you want the dragon with him, you can just easily.
And then I'm gonna actually move this guy here.
Yeah, he's got more than enough movement to get
yes, there. Yes. Okay.
So the first thing I'll do is I'll move my warrior on my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll attack your psychic.
Okay. So how many you have? I have 2 star.
I got 6.
Oh.
6. Oh yeah. Oh, double 6.
Why did I have 6? No, I don't have 6.
You have 2.
I have 2. Yeah.
Yeah. You can just reroll.
Let me just do it again. I don't think anything.
Boom.
Yeah. 10. Okay.
So you lose 1 life, I gain a star.
1. Yeah. Sorry.
And then it'll give me that extra star to pass on to someone else.
Yes.
So I'll move my archer here, and she'll take a shot at the psychic as well. But the psychic still has 2 health.
I don't know if
I have
even do that.
7. Oh yeah, I win. Woo!
God, yes.
Because I shooting from range. So she's down 1 health.
Now I'm 1 health. So now I'm basic.
I'm just gonna keep all of them there because I'm just trying to defend my tavern, and I'll fight anything that I'm trying to force them to split up so they can't sneak in and get my tavern together.
So I have 6. So here's what I'm gonna do: 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna initiate. So that's this is the problem now. This is a very good sample. Now I'm gonna actually get this guy under control. So if I can have that.
Oh yeah, that's my archer. That's right. Yeah. I forgot you just mind control my archer. She's pretty strong.
So now I have this, and now look what happens. So I have 6 star here, and I am going to start attacking the sword master. I'll get this under control. So with this too, I'm gonna attack that, and because I have this in the range of this, so basically 1, 2, 3, Well, maybe I don't need all of them. But how many stars is the archer?
She has 5 stars without the
5, and then this guy
He's 5.
is
6.
5.
He's actually at 6.
6. Okay, so I'm gonna move your archer 1 back
And take a shot.
and take a shot at this individual fight for now. So just
Alright, so it's 6 versus my 7.
okay.
Ooh,
Oh,
so they
not
cancel each
good.
other out. They cancel each other out. They cancel each other out. I win by 2!
Oh my God! No, this is.
No, that's my own archer, though.
Yes, well, that's good. Yeah, that didn't turn out the way I was expecting, but I have no choice. So now I'm going to attack with these 2 guys because this one is attacking that.
And she can still attack even after she mind controls.
Yes, yeah. So the mind control, like the sidekick, can have unlimited blocking. Can only have 1 mind control, so I can't really mind control this.
Right.
Because I already have that under my spell. And unfortunately I can't get this guy added because I can't do a group battle. I can only attack 1.
Yeah.
So I basically can't claim a chain attack, and unfortunately I can't use this. That means if I want to, I have to. So here is all I'm going to do. I'm going to actually go back, and the reason is that I'm probably going to get him with this and this and this on the next turn.
Right.
So that's about that. Okay, now coming back here on this front, I'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is where your tavern is?
Yes.
And I'm going to initiate the first
Spark
attack.
against the tavern.
Yes. So now, sir, you're 1 attack, and you're down to 3.
Yep. So I essentially just, like, every time I'm hit, I lose a light or shield on my tavern. Once it's at 0, it's dead.
Yes.
So it's down to 3.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go with my fighter first. We'll move in there and attack the psychic, try and take her out.
Okay, so the side.
So my 6 dice versus your 2. So I got 12. Boom. Yep.
Oh, no.
So she
Okay.
loses her final life.
Yes, yeah. So mine is out of. So once this actually goes, so any character that was under a spell obviously comes
I get her back.
out, and now you get her back, sir. There you go.
So she'll go ahead and move. She'll go 1, 2, and she'll move there and take a shot at. I could attack the tavern, but I'm going to attack the giant
Okay.
because I want to get him out of here.
Yeah. So the I need some chance.
6 versus
now.
5. Oh nope.
Oh my God.
Maybe.
Yeah, I
So
don't
6
think so, no.
takes those out, and then
And then 6 goes there. It's really.
yeah. Wait. I do win by 1. There we go.
Yeah,
I was a little.
win with 1.
There we go. There we go. He does die because he was struggling with these guys for so long.
Yeah.
So
I'm out.
That leaves the
Okay.
tavern pretty open.
So now, yeah, I just
I'm
have.
just gonna move him 1, 2, 3, 4, just to again get near that tavern.
Yeah.
I have to try and delay the destruction of my tavern, so I'm gonna put my dragon there, and then I'm literally just gonna try and surround it.
Yeah. I think that's really.
I think that's my best bet.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know. Like he's gonna hit it
No,
3 more
I
times.
think you could do that. Like you could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
So you could really,
This is kinda
really
close.
hit that. Well, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go with this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I will be in range 2 to attack the warrior or the swordmaster. Alright, so I'm gonna attack this guy now with my 9 dice.
Oh.
Got pretty good. 11, 15, 17.
Yeah.
And what are you gonna get? Let's see.
I don't know. It just.
Nope.
I don't know.
Nope.
But yes.
So you just lose 1 life.
Yeah. So I'll lose.
That's
okay.
pretty much. That's pretty
So
much
now,
my turn.
now on my turn, I'm gonna actually initiate an attack.
You just smack the tavern.
Yep. So you're down to
2.
2. Okay.
Got 2 lives left.
This is close. I'm going to actually open a chest.
Let's see what you can get.
And yes, I'll go for the Destiny cards. And this is
What is that?
gain 4 shields. It is lose 4
Oh.
shield. That's the last thing I want. So today is not.
There was an
my
explosion
day.
at your tavern.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm down to what? Down to 6.
Ooh.
So I was 9. I was 10.
Okay,
I'll
so
lose
down to
4,
6.
So I'm down to 6. And now
Okay.
I'm 6. That was exactly
Okay.
what I expected. The opposite.
That literally buys me 2 turns.
So I will do how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna do 6, and I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Declaring a one-on-one battle
Dragon
against
on
your
dragon.
dragon.
Yeah,
So-
because there's no room for me. There wasn't enough distance for me to get there.
Yeah, so now I have 5 star.
I think my dragon's also 5.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So 2, 4, 5.
Oh no! Oh,
Yes, yes. Okay, there you go.
yeah, you got it.
Yes,
So I
okay.
lose a heart and you gain a star.
Yes, yes. And
And that's it for your turn. So on to me. It's gonna go move there, attack the tavern for a damage.
yeah, so I'm to 5.
She'll move out of the way and attack the damage, or attack the
to
tavern.
4.
He won't get there till next turn.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll have 1 health left still. I have to kill this guy, so I'm gonna have my what was his name? Immortus attack him.
Okay, how many are these?
9 to 5, so I got 18 in 6s. Oh yeah, nope.
Yeah, okay. So,
So he's down to 1.
I'm done.
So I'm gonna go with the dragon here.
Yeah.
Who's
and then
gonna go?
You can block maybe going with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to do whatever I can over
Yeah.
here. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and end there was 5. So I'll go there, and I'll attack. 5 on 5.
Yes.
Ooh, ooh.
Ah,
So
let's
wait.
see. It's
So this
close.
cancels out those. That cancels that, but you win by 2. Oh, okay. So my dragon
Okay.
loses another life. That's bad.
What is it?
Okay, so that's not good. That was kind of my Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have. I think out of desperation, I'm gonna have. We're gonna have her move to here. So she'll go there. He'll mind control him. He's just gonna leave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pretty much it, though. I have to kill this guy, so I have to do it out of desperation. Maybe I'll get lucky. He'll move up and attack. He's only got 2 dice,
Well, do a group attack, right?
and then the healer will go 1,
So
2,
you
3,
can bring this here.
and then the healer will come there,
Yeah, and then these 2 can attack.
and then them together will attack. But that combination there is only what is my healer? So it'll be 4 against 5. So hopefully I just roll
Here's
up.
a question: should heal?
I was trying to do this attack then, see if I can't take you out. I got 4
Okay,
dice.
so how many?
Okay, so I have 4 dice against your 5 from my 2 support. That's not a bad roll.
Yeah.
So I got a total of 18.
Yeah. Now it's my turn. Oops. Let's do it. How many I have? 2, 4, 5.
Yep.
Okay. There you go.
Oh, wow, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, I somehow pulled it off. And he dies!
God, no!
Ah, it's my tavern. So good on them. That's my turn done now. Now it's your
Yes,
turn.
So now I don't know what I can do, so I will, Wolfman, open a chest.
You're just gonna let that happen again? Well, are you going to Destiny again?
No, I'm just Destiny, all about Destiny. So teleport to the temple. So teleport now to the Temple of Power. Here you can learn and add 2 stars. Well, I already am a
Where is the
7
Temple of
star.
Power? Oh, it's over here.
It's here. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually. You never know what happens. Okay, I'll move here. And I am
Your
getting
healer.
2 star. I already have 4.
She's already maxed out.
Yeah, so I can't really do anything. So this one I can't do anything because it is
He's still under
your
my control. Yeah.
And this I am going to move 1. And I am going to declare an attack on this, taking you down to 1.
I have 1 left.
Okay.
Yep. I have a plan, though.
All I have to do, I have to survive.
This is fair. So it's right on to my turn.
Yeah,
I'll do the important things first.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll move, attack,
Attack.
Move,
3,
attack.
2,
and attack.
1.
So we're both at 1.
We are 1.
I'm gonna
both 1.
I'm gonna start mind controlling this dragon now.
Okay, so you're gonna release this guy.
Yep. And then the
And
dragon's
then
gonna
you're
go
gonna do the dragon.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's not good for me.
And then she is going to.
Okay.
I'll move her after because I'm gonna fly this dragon
Oh boy.
to there,
Okay.
and then she'll move there.
Okay.
And who is this? Oh, it's my mage guy. He moves 6.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see what's happening? Look at this.
Yeah.
Beautiful. My tavern. Now it's your turn.
Me.
You
Yeah,
got
so
2 guys.
I can't use that. It's under the spell, so I'll do my best. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Huge. You're not even arranged to attack me.
And I can't attack you because I don't have a range. So
I'm the best at this game.
literally, I'm gonna come out.
There we go. And that's your turn. My turn. I
Yeah.
attack 3 times.
Yes. Yes.
Bang, bang, bang.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That-
It was a beautiful game. Like it really,
That was close. That was close. I almost made a critical mistake over here.
Yeah.
Letting that warrior come in and just kind of the sword masters kind of come in and start poking my tavern.
Yeah. you
I should have flew the dragon over and stopped
But
him
it's
and
still
fought him.
that it was a very good technique of releasing them, getting him back. It was really critical. If you wouldn't have done that, like the game was really.
Well, she's pretty
over
good.
on
She can
my side, yeah.
juggle two characters like that. Well, like we said in the beginning, the psychic's powerful. She's that integral piece to your army,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So
I
without
think-
her,
I
you
think,
suffer a
yeah,
lot.
I think the good use. Well, you had a good use of that as well. I think it was really good. The gameplay are very good, and thank you so much everyone to watching. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Luca and
No problem.
Mini Wargame to
was
having
fun.
us.
This is the kind of
today.
game I
think
like.
We really enjoyed the game. I personally enjoyed it. I hope Luca did that too. It was really good. Thank you.
So everyone, we're gonna jump into a little quick post game chat. We're gonna just talk for about 5 or 10 minutes about Oracles, about the idea of the game, Kickstarter, the excitement at the office you guys have, all that good stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and leave comments below what you think, because this is a new game. Like this is stuff. This is like your dream, right? This is what's
Absolutely,
happening.
Yes.
Anyways, everyone, check out the post game. All right, everybody, that is the game Oracles. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you got a good idea of what the game brings to the table. So obviously this is a hybrid game. Again, I'm going to go over some of the details. It's augmented reality with that board game mechanics, right? So you don't even need the augmented reality to enjoy this board game. That's the whole idea. That's the whole concept behind the hybrid game. If you just don't like any of the augmented reality games out there, you try this one out and you're like, the augmented reality is just not for me. You still have a great solid board game with a ton of room for expansions as well. Give it time, you could gross this out into a game where it's teams of 4, teams of 3, teams of 5, different worlds, different maps, different encounters, different cards, all of that good stuff. As with board games these days, they always tend to kind of evolve into multiple expansions that really kind of grow the game, and this game is a perfect example of one that can do such a thing. And it's rare to see a game that goes from 2 to 10 players. And in addition to 2 to 10 players, it supports odd numbers of players. Because it doesn't really matter if it's even teams. It just you split the characters up evenly, and maybe you give one guy one more character than the others. That doesn't really amount to much in the end. As well as it's a great, it's got a great collection of components to the game, right? A lot of pieces make a great. All the characters, each side has 10 models in addition to the neutral models you can add to your army, or your team, and all of the 150 cards it comes with, as well as all the little chests and everything as well. And if you just love throwing dice, this is a game that obviously has a lot of that potential. As you've seen in our game, I threw 21 dice at some point, I think. I had a lot of guys tied up in that one epic combat, which I won, of course, naturally. And the most important thing is that this game is easy to set up, easy to learn, easy to teach. You yourself could play one game and then go ahead and teach your friend how to play with no problem at all. We didn't even need the rulebook when we played. It was just, he explained something to me, and granted, I've been playing games for a long time, but everything made sense. There was logic behind everything in the game, right? That's the whole idea of the concept.
Yes, we really worked really hard in coming up with a game that the rules are easy for remembering, and our key was that they have to make sense, they have to be logical. So if you play it and then for whatever reason you don't play it for 1 month, 2 months, and you come back to it, it's nothing that you need to remember or keep looking at the rule book, because everything is made to make sense in terms of the movements, the character names, their abilities, how you win a battle. These are really, as much as it could become really basic in chain battles, as well as some special tactics. Overall, they're really easy to learn, easy to remember, and you could play it in different levels, whether they're very easy with a teenager or more complicated as you have a more I guess complex players.
Right, more experienced players in general, right? People that have been playing at least 10 times, 15 times, 20 times, whatever it is. And as a final reminder, this is coming out on Kickstarter on October 30th. Not too far away, as 27 days from day of recording now. And also, it's getting near Christmas time, everybody. Wink, wink. Happy wargaming, everyone. See you guys around.